everybody, JBuzzsaw79 here with X-Wing Builds, 2nd edition. This will be the first build, I do believe, for our 2nd edition, so let's slip into it. We're going to bring this guy a little bit closer here. Oop, wrong way. So, the first plane I have is none other than Luke Skywalker. Luke is really putting a splash right now into the meta overall. The fact that after you become the defender, you can put one of your force tokens back, simply huge. Allowing him to basically spend force to activate his supernatural reflexes, which say before you activate you may go ahead and spend a force token to perform a barrel roll or boost action. When you perform the action, if you don't have it on your bar, you take a damage. However, currently, if you look on the left there, of course, the S-foils are closed, which gives him the boost action. And when they're open, he has the barrel roll. So once they're closed, he can pick and choose whichever one he wants to do first. And even if he does boost, he can, of course, take the focus and a stress to go ahead and focus. Take the stress and then boost. Excuse me. So yeah. If you want to do it afterwards, of course, then. So you can always go ahead and barrel roll first, take the focus, and take the stress to boost. So a lot of options for Luke, can cover a lot of ground. He's now pilot skill 5, which, you know, he's right up there. There are a few pilots obviously better than Luke as far as the initiative is concerned, because we don't have pilot skill. But overall, I think the X-Wing overall has come quite a long ways, and it's just one hell of a thing to fight against. Having Luke be able to, you know, take a force token that regenerates every round to reposition if he needs to is huge. Also, allowing Luke to take a target lock and then having 2 force used to modify dice. As soon as I select him, he gets one used defensively right away. So he's at a huge advantage. I'd like to go out on a limb of saying that Luke is possibly the best rebel ship that is available right now. So that is one of the ships in our build currently. Next one here, this is 2 ships at once. This is kind of a junkyard build, as it's called, I believe is the correct term for it. So here we'll have Blount with Jake Farrell. By reading Lieutenant, his ability now in 2nd edition is quite a bit different from 1st edition. In 2nd edition, you may perform a primary attack if at least one of the friendly ship is at range 0 to 1 of the defender, and then you roll the extra attack dice. In a build I have later on, actually, I've changed this to make it more of a... you can basically treat him as an X-Wing. I mean, by putting a hull upgrade on him, he's suddenly at 5 hit points, 1 short of the traditional X-Wing. Somebody else at range 1, you know, you have Jake or Luke up there ready to throw down. Well, now you've got a guy who is running 3 dice, and you know, got 5 hit points. I mean, it's pretty decent for his point value. I would highly recommend anybody to try to take Blount if you have the points. I believe he's 30. And really try to run him into your list. I think he's well worth his points. Jake Farrell is kind of close to the same of what he was. I originally was going to take Juke, but I decided against taking that for reasons here. After Jake performs a barrel roll or boost, you may choose a ship to take a force for him. So essentially, for your first action, let's see, you're all done with your action. You can go ahead and, from what I understand, like take a barrel roll. And then you would get a force or somebody near you even, and then you also then get the red boost. I believe, because then you take stress for it after the action will be done. So it would be neat if it worked a different way, but it's not bad with some debris in there. Jake can kind of get out on the flank to me and shoot in across the map at some weird angles. So why not throw him an extra die to give him a 3 dice? Again, he's like a Z95. He's close to what he was in first edition, but not exactly all the way up. So Jake is pretty good to me, but not as good as he used to be in first edition, of course. So, and then to finally finish off the ships here is the last one I have. Did I bump crap around? Apologize. Alright, we got Sabin Rin to finish off. Rin. Before you activate, you may perform a boost or a barrel roll for her. Now, the big thing is for here that I have up here with thumb and trick shot is you can go ahead and do a barrel roll as a link action, take a stress. Okay. Now, because all your blue or banks are blue, and I believe it's her 1, 2, maybe 3, gives her, I believe, about 8 maneuvers that are blue. Should be able to get stress off and put yourself in a good position. So then you've done a barrel roll, you've got the evade, you do, let's say, a two bank afterwards, pull off that stress, and then, because you do blue maneuver, take focus for your other action. You can, of course, hook this on to the ghost, but by herself, yeah, she's a pilot skill 3, but she's got some teeth on her 3 attack dice. And you can put the extra hull up on her too if you really wanted here. Not really a lot of points in the build to do some of these things, but trick shot gives you a variable of only 1 point rather than having juke, so it saves you 3 points. You can take the juke off, I suppose, if you wanted, but again, if you're taking shots early on across the field, there's nothing wrong with having a 4 dice attack while you're sitting back at range 3 with, 2, I would say, I guess at least 3 to 4 dice yourself defending with an evade. The only problem is I wish you could take a target lock. They have not yet added the targeting computer, which is something I considered putting on her in first edition a couple times. Just to kind of give her that ability, so that way, you could just barrel roll, focus, and then target lock, for example, with her would be something. So, but that is what it is. So this is JBuzzsaw79 signing off with my Rebel Junkyard build for 2nd edition. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Comments always welcome, as well as subscriptions. Thank you much for watching, and see you later.